Alright, let's dive into the game. Do the cutscenes still stutter? Let's
The
see.
Witcher's contact in Velen was to be Hendrik, the Emperor's spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission, to gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunt had reached Hendrik first. The Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the Wraiths
Ah.
failed to find his notes. Geralt read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warlord, and that she'd quarreled with a witch.
Well, it did pretty good up until that point, but still. Wow, so I'm really only getting like 30 FPS in this game? Really? That's pretty shocking, actually. Huh. Yeah, it definitely looks like 30 FPS for sure. Kinda sucks. What about like if I get into combat or something? Hmm. That's really a shame. Could I mess with some of the options? Maybe. Graphics. What can we do? Number of background characters? Does that drop any FPS for us? Or fix any FPS? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I feel like my machine should be at least getting like 60 at least. I mean, foliage, visibility range, detail level, grass density, terrain. I feel like I can play this game on high, but I just don't. I don't know. That kind of sucks then. Put that back on to high. Terrain quality. Let's drop that down and see what it does. Still the same amount of FPS, really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying the latest patch has anything to do with this because I have always felt that my game has been has always not been doing the full 60 FPS at all. Like, what are you waiting for? I mean, 30's okay, but I mean, I feel like I should be getting way more than that. You only gotta have a 770 for a recommended graphics card, so I mean, don't really know. Okay, so that kind of boosted it just by a couple of frames. If you're just joining me, I'm looking at, I'm using the Steam FPS counter in the top left there to see how much FPS I'm getting in game, and we're getting not even anywhere close to 60. Oh yeah, sure, we get 60 when we're, yeah, we get 144 frames when we're in the menu. Then when we are in game, we're getting like freaking low 30s. Now, when I played Shadow of Mordor, I didn't have. I know for a fact I wasn't getting no 30 frames. I was getting at least 60 at least. It was super smooth. Now I don't know if I need to update my graphics driver. I haven't done that since November when we played Dragon Age Inquisition. So maybe that will help out possibly, but I don't. I'm always scared when it comes to updating drivers or installing Windows updates because you never know when it's gonna just not work and mess up your computer, mess up your gameplays and stuff. So, I mean, I guess 30's fine, but I would prefer 60 or close to 60. So, I might have to look into that offcast. Might have to check out the drivers and stuff. Because it kind of sucks to see 30 FPS, you know. I don't know. It sucks. But then, to be honest, like people with really good computers getting like 40 FPS and like not even 60, you know, that tells you that something's up with the game. But I mean, the game looks good. I like it. It's just it's not 60 FPS smooth. I'm getting 30 frames on a 144 Hertz monitor, so. Anyways, let's see what we were doing, shall we? I saw that it was suggested that the first thing you do when you get here is it's going to be really hard to explore things because of the level increase, the increase in level for enemies. So they suggested that when you first get here, you do some of the main quests, and then I guess you gain levels pretty quickly or something like that, and then that way it makes it a little bit easier to do some of these other quests. So that's what we're doing. It would be nice to not do the main story, but I guess we have to do it. I mean, we have a freaking quest that suggests we should be at level 33, so I'm like, okay, that's quite interesting. So let's see, we can either do the game gives you the option to do 2 quests, but I think they both lead to one main goal. It's either do the witch or the baron. We're already at the witch, but I know where the baron is. I'm kind of confused. The notes left by Hendrik, the Nilfgaardian agent, mentioned that Ciri had quarreled with some witch, and that the newt stewer in question could be found near the village of Midcorpse. I want to say Midcorpse. Midcopse. Exactly where Geralt did not know, and so he was forced to swallow his manly pride and ask the locals in a direction. The Bloody Baron. Nilfgaard's agent had determined Ciri had stayed with the Baron, the self-proclaimed ruler of Velen. This man was known for his violent temper and 3-mile-long cruel streak. Hence his monkeyer, the Bloody Baron. Geralt, however, was not one to be frightened by nicknames, least of all those taken from bodily fluids. So he made his way to Crow's Perch, Baron's seat, to ask about Cirilia. I don't know if you can do both of these, or if this is kind of like you just do one quest line and you automatically will fail the other one. Is there any way that I can look this up? Maybe like IGN or something? I don't want anything spoiled for me, but I just want to know is it possible to do both of these quests, or can I just do one? I don't know, man. I'm weird. I have like just these questions about whether or not I should do these in this order or not. But we'll save and we'll keep it so that way in case it does mess with the game, we can We can always reload the save and do the other one if we need to do that one first or whatever. So just gotta remember 11:55. That. I also think that's pretty cool that it tells you the patch that you were playing the game in. Since we haven't played this game since Friday, the new patch came out today, and we were on 1.03. Now we're on 1.04, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's go in here. Let's see what's going on.
Anyone home?
For which? Oh, let's read this. Recipe for black eyeliner. Okay. Alright. And also, I shouldn't make too much of a big deal about the FPS because people who watch the stream are only seeing 30 FPS, so it's not the worst in the world, I guess. But for someone who thought they had a decent computer, it kind of sucks. Because I can tell you, Shadow of Mordor was pretty good, and all that was pretty good. Hang on. Okay. Freaking things up there. How do you get up there? Jump, Geralt. Don't go outside. Alright, let's do some investigating.
Ordinary ointment. Nothing special.
Ordinary ointment, you say?
Normal candle.
A normal candle, you say? Just nothing up there.
Now, where's she run off to?
There's a bath? What the freak? Why you got like spider webs where you would bathe? Don't understand. Looks like there's a hidden path there. I'm not opening that yet.
Managed to amass quite a book collection.
Letter to Alexander. I wish I could read, like, ooh, look at this. Satan. Oh, let's just ignite. Skulls and all this. Oh no.
Valora. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to.
No, Geralt, we're not walking in there. Not yet. Gotta open this first. I gotta read that letter too. I also want to read the lore. I would like to read the books that have lore in them as well. So we might need to do that at some point. Recipe for black eyeliner. Black eyeliner in a pinch. When deprived of professional products, one can mix up black eyeliner from crushed medicinal charcoal mixed with fresh egg yolk and a drop of lavender oil to keep contaminants at bay. Store the eyeliner in a cool place for at most 3 days, then make a new batch because the old one has surely rotted. Ingest the remaining medicinal charcoal, for it can only do you good. Interesting. Letter to Alexander. Darling, I'm writing to you because I'm writing because you must be worried that I'm still angry, silly man. You know well, I never hold a grudge. Long, I forgive you. It's all because of that secretiveness of yours. It is so strange for me to take an interest in your plague research. I adore watching you at work in your tower. Please, if you still refuse to discuss the results of your experiments with me, at least don't deny me that small pleasure. If Vesserod doesn't need you, tomorrow evening come see me. We'll clear everything up over a glass of wine, or two, or more. You're K. Alright. What was in this? That was Vulgar thing. Brother missing, burn papers, we've already read that. I think we've already read this as well. Yeah, that's been read. That was not read, but we already have like Viper Sword and stuff, so. Okay, where does this go? It's down here. Yeah, alright, we got that 40 FPS. It's happening, boys. Bear fat. Pretty loud whenever's down here. Rabbit pellets. Manuscript, Hangman's Venom. What sort of alchemy is that? Oh, it's just the noise of the portal. Rusty bread knife. Why did I even take that? Like, climb the ladder. I guess we're walking in through here. We've been transported to another world.
Well, well, nice.
Nice indeed. Snow hair. What do we got?
I
Plant
was
over
wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs. Don't be shy.
here. Upstairs, madam, you say? Oh, I was gonna say, Geralt can't run here, or what? Yeah, there we go. There's that FPS, that 50 FPS right there. Look at that. Oh, it was. I think it has something to do as well as how much vegetation is around as well. There's a lot. It's not gonna look the greatest. Elven Sages. All books that I need to read. So I kind of looked up some of the lore about the, like, I guess you can say the factions. Like Nilfgaardian, Redania, however you pronounce it. I looked up some stuff on that. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's, oh yeah, they don't want you to run on this path for some reason. Go on up. Go check it out. Look, we know she's nude, alright?
Greetings, Witcher.
Captain. Yep.
Missed a spot.
Where? Hope you didn't come to Gaul.
No. To talk.
Turn around and wait.
And that's how you get dressed. Nice.
Keira Metz deep in the heart of Velen. Thought you hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do. Now more than ever.
Heard a witch lived out here. Never would have guessed it was King Foltest's former advisor.
I'm so pleased the world's still able to astound you, Geralt.
I actually envy you that sense of wonder. Common in children, knights errant, and morons.
Someone's grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
Alright. Let's do some of these kind of like subtext questions here. Because I'm a man that likes to get as much information as possible. So let's ask this one.
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
You mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end. Burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Alright, so now I know who this lady sounds like. I'm pretty sure this is the voice actor that voice acted Sarah in Dragon Age Inquisition. So, pretty sure it's Sarah from Dragon Age Inquisition.
So how's it feel to be the village witch?
Horrid.
No joy in having the boundless respect and trust of the local peasantry?
They'd respect anyone who could produce hemorrhoid cream.
Been here a while, haven't you?
Long enough for rot to set in. You cannot possibly imagine how much I detest this place.
Picked a strange place to hide.
I didn't pick anything. In the north, Radovid's men hunt sorceresses like fish in a barrel. Nilfgaard controls the south. Where was I to flee?
Emperor does keep mages on a short leash, but he lets them live and ply their trade.
Radovid and Emma differ in every respect except one. They share a deep hatred of the Lodge of Sorceresses. And I was a member.
Changing the subject.
Any word, yes.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Oh, really? Who?
Do I name drop her, or just a straight up name dropper?
I'm looking for Ciri. That Ciri. And no one can know, understand?
Cirilla is here. The girl once sought by the Lodge of Sorceresses, and practically every ruler on the continent has landed here in Velen, and I know nothing of it. What is she doing here?
Indications are she's hiding from someone. I heard she quarreled with a witch, but if you don't know anything, sure you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
With a few dozen egg sound.
What's your rate these days? A couple dozen eggs? 3 hens, maybe?
My rate rises with every word you speak. I'm not sure you can afford the information anymore.
You're pricklier than I remembered. Isn't living in nature's lap supposed to be cleansing, calming?
Nature stinks. Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know it's Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cirilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but an elven mage.
Hmm.
What was an elven mage doing in Velen?
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
Oh, but you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him.
I think I actually
He
hit
was
that thing
intelligent
on
and
accident.
composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him.
Yes, he said he found a hideout in some elven ruins near the village of Midcopse. I'll go there with you.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it. Besides,
Okay,
I know
yes,
he
we need
thinks
to
I
see
do,
that game.
She might be there. And I'd like to see Cirilla too.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
Rabbits. Rabbits.
This is the place.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate,
There's
I've no
waifu.
idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.
Come on!
Where on earth are we on the map as well? I would like to see where we are. Wow. Oh, we're just south, actually. I think the witch's hut was over yonder here. Took a couple of hours to come all the way down here. Okay. We still have that quest, though, right? Yeah, the Bloody Baron quest. Yeah, okay, good. Finding Ciri and Velen had proved harder than tracking a swallow on a rainy day. According to Keira, an elven mage had been tracking this particular swallow as well. Had he found her? Did he know more about her fate? Geralt knew he had to find out, and Keira, well, she had unfinished business on her own with a mage, and so the Witcher and the Sorceress set out together on a journey into the darkness to find the mysterious elf's underground. Excuse me, talking is hard sometimes. Most of the time, it seems like. I was gonna say, you should probably have the cat potion.
Gavella Glan.
Whoa. Oh, I didn't know there was a... Oh, that looks pretty cool. Right there. The sunlight shining through here. That's pretty sick. I didn't know there was a magic barrier here. Good old puffball, you know. Dorian sword. I think I actually had one and it wasn't the greatest. Same thing with that. I'd rather take the Florians. I don't care for that, so I'm not gonna take it. Is there anything else, babe?
The Wild Hunt.
What? Phantom Riders? That means... I thought they didn't exist.
Feast your eyes on the non-existent then. Got a navigator with them.
What?
Can you teleport us to the other side?
I'd rather teleport us home. Do you really mean to follow them?
Teleport. Hurry up.
Not sure I like any of this.
We're teleporting.